Live.
Bueno. Ta, 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 ta.
Ta, 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 ta.
Esta es la primera transmisión en vivo desde el Guato TV, que es la sucursal de Part TV Canadá en México Underground. Pues tenemos aquí al maestro de inglés. Presento a Anthony Robin Casmarchik González. Will you please make an introduction of yourself into the live channel and make an open invitation to anybody that...
Typical 50-year-old that lives with his mother. I'm celibate and basically childless. I'm poor. I live off Social Security. I'm a writer. I'm a poet. I'm a midnight scrambler. And I make music in the sun. Any more I need to say?
Do you know Nahuatl?
No. Some words, but not too many.
Do you speak Spanish?
French, German, Spanish, English.
Señoras y señoras, meine Damen und Herren, ladies and gentlemen, mesdames et messieurs de la audience, es un programa que será transmitido en español. Provisionalmente es un programa multilingüe. Finalmente, el objetivo es hacer un testimonio en vivo, una especie del Big Sister Rakudo Witch, porque aquí estamos reunidos haciendo una invitación al público amado que nos contempla o nos contemplare, si viniere público amado, a nuestro canal de televisión, Brujería en Acción. Y decimos, ¿tienes agüita divina, agüita pura y fina para la purificación de María Sabina con la canción? ¿Tienes guitarra?
Aquí arriba, ¿no? Pero puedo ir por una, sí.
Entonces, nada más dime cómo llegaste y déjame aquí en el canal esperándote para la clase, porque hoy es nuestra tercera clase, el tercer día del mes de septiembre del 2017, porque el 2016 tenía un 33 en Allende y ahora solo es el 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, Robin Kasmarczyk acaba de llegar, viene muy cansado y está haciendo una atenta invitación al público amado que lo mira por sus canales de televisión para que, ¿cómo hacemos una convocatoria o una invitación desde un canal abierto?
Lo que harías aquí sería que agarras tu video, que es la introducción a este canal abierto, a este show, como quieras llamar, y lo compartes en tu Facebook con la gente que ya te conoce, y yo lo comparto en mi Facebook con la gente que ya te conoce, y así ya podemos entrar cada vez en...
O sea que yo tengo, por ejemplo, yo tengo en mi Facebook una... estoy iniciándome como en el futuro. Estoy al final del lila. Lila es el pasatiempo, es el momento que estoy viviendo con la divina presencia de Sri Radha y Krishna en mi corazón. El lila es el pasatiempo y el lila tiene un aspecto de principio a fin. Este pasatiempo empieza en el Adriana Atlántida, historia civil. Este es un pasatiempo realmente porque yo soy un ferviente creyente de la reencarnación y por tal soy un recientemente reencarnado. ¡Pau! ¿Qué dije? Que era la lectura del Mahabharata, que Robin acababa de llegar de la calle, que
Y que ando
María,
medio cansado y que a lo mejor lo hacemos muy
que
cortitos.
María Sabina, no, tú dijiste que
Una
come day
hora
or
diaria.
shine,
Una
rain
hora diaria.
or
Y estoy en
freeze.
página 8 de un libro de 10,000
Entonces tú
páginas.
vienes y das una hora de Mahabharata en un canal abierto por primera vez.
Con introducciones y plática y lo que
Hacemos
tú
mucho
quieras
juego, traes la
antes.
guitarra, cantamos y
Sí.
hacemos todo lo que sea necesario para
Pero
hacer
leeremos un poco de este libro hoy,
una lectura de
aunque
Mahabharata
sea una
con
página.
un cafecito y una concha y un toquecito y se acabó.
Hablando de café, puse algo para café y se me olvidó. Y tengo que ir a bajar a conseguirla. De pasadita puedo traer la guitarra y mis anteojos que voy a necesitar.
Y tu computadora que
No,
están
porque si
usando
no vamos
las
a tener a Shami
niñas.
encima. Si traigo la compu, Shami va a perder noción de lo que estaba haciendo y va a estar encima de nosotros.
Bueno,
Ahora,
Robin
si
como
quieres,
Gurudeva no quiere niños en sus clases,
no, está
en sus
bien, o sea, pero
lecturas o a la invitación a la planta alta. Entonces
no,
no
si
van
quieres la puedo
a
traer.
traer el centro de cómputo completo, se va a quedar solamente el canal abierto y no hay convocatoria ni invitación porque cuando se abrió el canal, se abrió el Guato TV que estaba en construcción
Algo así.
y esto en construcción tiene sus mediciones atómicas y sus balances cósmicos. De manera de que el pesado gordito que acaba de llegar tan fino y tan propio de hacer sus menesteres de administrador del,
Económico.
de la economía familiar, administrador del regalo de Obama,
Sería la palabra esa, hay una palabra,
benefactor,
no, bueno, hay una palabra para los amigos que se
vamos a decir, que hablen los abuelos, tata.
llaman
No nos vamos a perder en semántica mujer. Habla el náhuatl, habla el coyote, habla
pasote.
la res. ¿Quién dijo epazote? A mis frijoles
No se azote.
negros y no
Okay.
se azote. Porque aquí descriminalizamos,
Descamalacamos.
descriminalizamos cualquier uso de cualquier herbáceo que produzca la madre tierra, con
Amen.
o sin Monsanto, a discreción. Eso quiere decir, ¿cuánto experimentaste tú en tu propio Sariralinga, tu elemental juego de energías? Estos son los Shaktas, los Kshatriyas Shaktas de la banda Bhakti de Alok Paramadveiti. Alok Paramadveiti es Bhakti, mi Gurudeva. Y Robin iba a traer un café, pero ya se sentó cómodamente y está descansando su llegada.
No, el agua está hirviendo.
El agua está hirviendo y tiene que traer el café.
Aquí hay cafeína con psilocibina y un poquito de...
Dejamos a la psilocibina con papá en la cocina negra de
No tengo mezcalina.
el Rey Arturo y su banda Fargo.
Ah, mi ayahuasca.
Dejamos el ayahuasca deal en los perjúmenes de la crema facial de jalea real con colágenos y vitaminas para la edad de Banjita con amor, Buji Buji, Papa Polaco, buen señor, Eduardo Rius, el caricaturista honoris causa per se seculum seculorum culum coloros, decimos: yo quería café, Robin sigue sentado, el Mahabharata no se ha leído y el canal está abierto. Aquí Tercadamba manda, porque yo ya como del teléfono, ya como de las manuscritas, ya tengo el libro para el estudio del Mahabharata a la mano y estoy esperando la clase.
Entonces voy por el café, voy por la guitarra, voy por... ¿Qué más iba a traer?
A mí, una hora de Mahabharata y te regalo mi mejor brujería de hoy. Se llama la brujería Azcárraga.
¿Yo para qué me descarga?
Yo te estoy ofreciendo a ti el brujo consciente. Yo personalmente soy, ya sabes, una pobre bruja profetizada. Esto sí, por Sadhu Maharaj, obligada a no permitir que mienta, funcionando en el servicio a él mismo como tal. Pero bueno, me encantaría invitar, no sé, a Caras y Moral. ¿Mandé?
¿Tienes una taza para tu café?
Sí. Seguramente en la escalera hay una de las que me regaló tu hermana.
Ay, búscate una.
Porque Shamita se llevó con una concha.
Se llevó Shamita con la concha.
Así es, se llevó Shamita con la concha, mi pavada.
Las tardecitas de Buenos Aires tienen ese, qué sé yo.
Pum, pum, pum. Va que va. Y aquí seguimos en vivo, señoras y señores, pero nos vamos a permitir una terrible grosería, la grossier de I want to hear the mantra again, and therefore I have to go here, my friend, and go here to the event of Écadas y del Moral.
Por tener la puerta cerrada ya se metió el perro en la casa, güey. ¡Laza! Dejaron la puerta cerrada y su perro se dio.
Limpien.
राधे राधे नाम तेरे राधे 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 ना मन के बिगड़े का राधे राधे मन के बिगड़े का राधा रानी की
Stop everything.
Everything is stopped. Back. It will be right now.
Can I help you? There we go. You got a real nasty reverb on that. I don't know. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So I want to start again.
Era aquí.
Sí. Ahí, muy bien.
Transmisión en vivo.
Hasta el lado
Inactiva.
izquierdo, Events. Ah, es que no lo cerraste. Hay que cerrarlo. Reanudar Hangouts en vivo.
¿Dónde? Aquí.
Reanudar Hangouts en vivo, justo abajo.
It's real hot.
What does that say?
Estás a unirte de Hangout en vivo. Antes de unirte debes de comprender que podrán verte personas desconocidas, que todo lo que sucede en la videollamada puede grabarse y publicarse para reproducirse en transmisión en otro momento, que el moderador de Hangout en vivo puede controlar tu configuración de audio durante la llamada y también expulsarte de la llamada. Y al tener los derechos apropiados para hacerlo, debes cumplir con todo momento con las condiciones del servicio y las pautas de la comunidad de YouTube. He leído y he comprendido esta información
Sí, píquele.
y entiendo. Unirme.
Bien. Ir ahora.
Estoy en una videollamada
Y ahí estás.
y lo acepto.
Ah, ok, estamos en vivo.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, 1, 2.
Mira, ahí en el lado
El
izquierdo,
What to
hasta
TV.
arriba, si le picas a la cajita azul que está hasta arriba, vas a ver el chat. A ver si alguien, ahí está el chat, ahí aparece quien sea. Ahora, en el chat tienes que poner ahí primero apóstrofe, slide slash, eso que dice ahí. Eso que dice ahí tienes que hacerlo.
Dice, para ver todas las comandos disponibles, escribe
Eso escríbelo de abajo y píquele.
apóstrofe,
Apóstrofe, backslash.
backslash.
No es apóstrofe, es los, ¿cómo se llaman? Los estos. Lo que está ahí, mano, yo no alcanzo a verlo.
Pues yo tampoco alcanzo a verlo.
Entonces, no, pues estamos mal los dos.
Entonces, no puedo. Dices que no es apóstrofe, que es doble apóstrofe. No sé qué es, no sé, no lo veo. ¡Raza!
A ver, yo lo hago, pero tengo que estar más cerca. Es este. A ver, espérame. Este. y este. Y ahí estás. Ahora sí puedes ver tu chat.
¿Puedo invitar
Sí, pero
grupos
no sé
de
cómo.
FB?
Sí, pero no sé cómo.
Bueno, meine Damen und Herren, señoras y señores, ladies and
Ya
gentlemen,
regresamos y creo que todo eso, ese extraño cosa que hiciste con el silbido, te grabaste todo en este mismo recording, ¿no? Creo.
entonces vamos a decir que finalmente nos encontramos en vivo en el Guato TV de Valle de Bravo,
Oh,
que es hipotéticamente el espacio donde se practicaba el activismo psicodélico originalmente. ¿Para qué es eso?
para hacer hot cakes con un osito. Se lo compré a Shen. Estaba en un yard sale. Le dije, esto es para Shen, a ella le encanta cocinar.
Entonces, estamos en vivo y no tenemos ni la menor idea de cómo hacer una invitación a las personas a entrar al chat, porque esta es la primera vez que el Guato Televisión transmite en vivo. La intención actualmente es de transmitir las clases del Mahabharata, para lo cual tenemos aquí un maestro en inglés que nos va a hacer favor de leer una hora el texto del Mahabharata. ¿Sí? Así era.
Así es. Y para ese asunto traje mis anteojos.
El
No
asunto se tiene que hacer en inglés porque él es English speaking person, masterized in reading and writing and editing literature. Yo adoro este libro y ofrezco mis reverencias a mi maestro espiritual Bhaktialok Paramatmayaki para poder seguir leyendo el Mahabharata del discípulo que no quiso tomar, que es mi hijo, quien está aquí con nosotros. Te traigo la mesita. Quien está aquí con nosotros y nos va a hacer favor de leernos Mahabharata.
¿Quieres hacer el eso introductorio?
Pues yo diría Om Akyanati Mirandasya Yanan Yanan Salakaya Shakshu Militam Yanatas Maisri Gurave Namaha Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Prananami Haripriye. Y diría Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Finalmente decimos Narayana Maskrityam Nam Chaivanattamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Yaya Dudirayet Nastra Prayesva Areshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, etcétera, etcétera. Pero tú vas a leer en inglés el Mahabharata con esta introducción que vas a tratar de repetir.
A ver, dímela tú para que la pueda, porque está muy... Dila tú primero.
Vamos a pronunciar juntos sonidos escritos.
A ver, pues. Ahí
No tienes que mover cosas.
I was going to put that over here so I can put this here, man. Come on, just relax.
If you want to put that there, you have to have something else.
Okay.
So relax yourself and tell me, how can I put something here? I was just going.
Totally relaxed.
Voila.
You know what I'm saying? I am seriously relaxed.
And this is what we're going to read together.
All right. See.
Omakiana timirandasya.
Omakana Tivinandasya.
Yanan salakaya.
Yaran Yaran Salakaya.
Shakshuru militam yana.
Shakshunitam Yana.
Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
That's my Sri Guradeva Namaha.
Ahora léelo tú.
Um, good grief, mother. Om Ashnyana Ramanahan Zaya. Janaya Janaya Shlalakaya. Tasur Milanin Jana. Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha.
Sri Chaitanya Namo Vishtam Siddhartam Jena Bhutale. Pero no vamos ahí, solamente decimos Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi,
Tapta Kanchana Gauranji.
Tapta Vrindavaneshwari,
Radhe Vrindavaneshwari.
Vrishavanu Sutedevi,
Vishavanu Sutedevi.
Pranamami,
Pranamami.
Haripriye.
Haripriye.
Y eso significa, nací, Omakianati Mirandasya,
nací en la más oscura ignorancia y mi maestro espiritual me abrió los ojos con la antorcha del conocimiento. A él le ofrezco mis más respetuosas reverencias. Le ofrezco mis respetos a Radharani, cuya tez es como el oro fundido y quien es la reina del Vrindavana. Tú eres la hija del rey Vishavanu y eres muy querida por Sri Krishna. Okay. Ahora sí, vamos a ver. Nos quedamos en esta parte. And Dhritarashtra, hearing all the ill news of the success of the Pandavas and recollecting the resolutions of the Duryodhana, Karna, and Sakuni, pondered for a while and addressed to Sanya the following speech. Attend, O Sanya, to all I am about to say, and it will not become thee to treat me with contempt. Thou art well versed in the Shastras, intelligent and endowed with wisdom. My inclination was never to war, nor that I delight in the destruction of my race. I made no distinction between my own children and the children of Pandu. My own sons were prone to willfulness and despised me because I am old. Blind as I am because of my miserable plight, and through paternal affection, I bore it all. I was foolish after the thoughtless Duryodhana, ever growing in folly, having been a spectator of the riches of the mighty sons of Pandu. My son was derided for his awkwardness while ascending the hall. Unable to bear it all, and unable himself to overcome the sons of Pandu in the field, and through a soldier, unwilling yet to obtain a good fortune by his own exertion, with the help of the king of Gandhara, he concerted an unfair game of dice. O hear, O Sanja, all that happened thereupon, and came to my knowledge. And when thou hast heard all I say, recollecting everything as it fell out, thou shalt then know, for one, that I am with a prophetic eye. And I heard that Arjuna, having bent the bow that pierced the curious mark, and brought it down on the ground, and bore away in triumph the maiden Krishna, in the sight of the assembled princes, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna, by his celestial ardor, preventing the downpour by Indra, the king of gods, had gratified Agni by making over to him the forest of Kandava, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the 5 Pandavas with their mother Kunti had escaped from the house of Iak, and that Vidura was engaged in the accomplishment of the designs, then, O Sanjay, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna, after having pierced the mark in the arena, had won Drupadi, and then that brave Panchalas had joined the Pandavas, Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that Jarasandha, the foremost of the royal line of Magadha, and blazing in the midst of the Kshatriyas, has been slain by Bhima with his bare arms alone. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that in their great general campaign, the sons of Pandu had conquered the chiefs of the land, and performed the grand sacrifice of the Rajasuya. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Drupadi, her voice choked with tears and heart full of agony, in the season of impurity, and with but one raiment on, had been dragged into court, and that she had protectors, she had been treated as if she had none. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the wicked wretch, Dusasana, was striving to strip her of that single garment, had only drawn from her person a large heap of cloth, without being able to arrive at its end, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Yudhishthira, beaten by Sabula at the game of dice, and deprived of his kingdom as a consequence thereof, had still been attended upon by his brothers of incomparable powers, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the virtuous Pandavas, weeping with affliction, had followed their elder brother to the wilderness and exerted themselves variously for the mitigation of his discomforts, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Yudhishthira had been followed into the wilderness by Sanatakas and noble-minded Brahmanas who lived upon alms, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna, having in combat pleased the gods of gods, Triambaka, the three-eyed, in the disguise of a hunter, obtained the great weapon, Pasupata, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the just and renowned Arjuna, after having been to the celestial regions, had there obtained celestial weapons from Indra himself, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that afterwards Arjuna had vanquished the Kalakayas and the Palobas, proud with the boon that they had obtained, which had rendered them invulnerable even to the celestials, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna, the chastiser of enemies, having gone to the regions of Indra for the destruction of the Asuras, had returned there then successful, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Bhima and the other sons of Pritha, Kunti, accompanied by Visharavana, had arrived at that country which is inaccessible to man, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that my sons, guided by the counsel of Karna, while on their journey of Gosha Yatra, had been taken prisoners by the Gandharvas and were set free by Arjuna, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Dharma, the god of justice, having come under the form of a yaksha, had proposed certain questions to Yudhishthira, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that my sons had failed to discover the Pandavas under their disguise while residing with Drupadi in the dominions of Virata, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the principal men of my side had all been vanquished by the noble Arjuna with a single chariot while residing in the dominions of Virata, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Vasudeva of the race of Madhu, who covered his whole earth with 1 foot, was hardly interested in the welfare of the Pandavas, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the king of Matsya had offered his virtuous daughter Udhara to Arjuna, and that Arjuna had accepted her for his son, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope for success. When I heard that Yudhishthira had beaten the dice, deprived of wealth, exiled and separated from his connections, had assembled yet an army of 7 Ashkuhinis, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope for success. When I heard Narada declare that Krishna and Arjuna were Nara and Narayana, and he, Narada, had seen them together in the region of Brahma, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Krishna, anxious to bring about peace for the welfare of mankind, had repaired to the Kurus and went away without having been able to effect his purpose, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that Karna and Duryodhana, resolved upon imprisoning Krishna, displayed himself in the whole universe, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that the time of his departure, Pritha, Kunti, standing full of sorrow near his chariot, received consolation from Krishna, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that Vasudeva and Bhishma, the son of Santanu, were the counselors of the Pandavas, and that Drona, the son of Bharadvaja, pronounced blessings upon them, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When Karna said unto Bhishma, I will not fight when thou art fighting, and quitting the army went away, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that Vasudeva and Arjuna and the bow Gandiva of immeasurable powers, these 3 of dreadful energy, had come together, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When Karna said unto Bhishma, oh no, when I heard...
Did you take time of the beginning of your class?
What?
What time was it when your class
No, I have
started?
no idea, man. I have no idea. But we...
How do you...
These readings are just like, I'm going to go into this page 10, I'm going to go page 12 or something, and then I'll just...
And then we sing a little bit, no?
I don't need the guitar, it's too heavy and I'm kind of tired, but we can sing
without
a cappella,
the guitar, anyway.
Yeah. When I heard that Arjuna, having been seized with compunction on his chariot and ready to sink, Krishna showed him all the worlds within the body. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the day in the field of battle had not slain any amongst the Pandavas, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Bhishma, the righteous son of Ganga, had himself indicated the means of his defeat in the field of battle, and of the same were accompanied by the Pandavas with joyfulness, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna, having placed Shikandin before himself in the chariot, had wounded Bhishma, of infinite courage and invincible in battle, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the aged hero Bhishma, having reduced the numbers of the race of Shomaka to a few, overcame with various wounds, was lying on a bed of arrows, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that upon Bhishma's lying on the ground with the thirst for water, Arjuna requested, had pierced the ground and allayed his thirst, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When Bayu, together with Indra and Surya, united as allies for the success of the sons of Kunti and the beasts of prey by their inauspicious presence, were putting us in fear, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When the wonderful warrior Drona, displaying various modes of fight in the field, did not slay any of the superior Pandavas. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that all the Maharatas Saskapatas of our enemy appointed by the overflow of Arjuna were all slain by Arjuna himself, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that our disposition of forces, impenetrable by others and defeated by Bharadvaja himself, well armed, had been singly forced and entered by the brave son of Subhadra, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that our Maharathas, unable to overcome Arjuna with jubilant faces, after having jointly surrounded and slain the boy Abhikamanyu, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the blind Kauravas were shouting for joy after having slain Abhimanyu, and that thereupon Arjuna, in anger, made his celebrated speech referring to Sindhava, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Arjuna had vowed the death of Sanidhava and fulfilled his vow in the presence of his enemies, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that upon the horses of Arjuna being fatigued, Vasudeva, releasing them, made them drink water and bringing them back and reharnessing them, continued to guide them as before, then, O Sanjaya, I knew I had no hope of success. When I heard that while his horses were fatigued, Arjuna staying in his chariot checked all his assailants, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Yudharana and the race of Drishti, after having thrown into confusion the army of Drona, rendered unbearable and porous owing to the presence of elephants, retired to where Krishna and Arjuna were, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that Karna, even though he had God Bhima within his power, allowed him to escape only after addressing him in contemptuous terms and dragging him to the end of his bow, then, O Sanjaya, I knew I had no hope of success. When I heard that Drona, Kritavarma, Kripa, Karna, the son of Drona and the valiant king of Madra, Salya, suffered Saindhava to be slain, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. And I heard that the celestial stakti given by Indra to Karna was by Madhava's machinations caused to be hurled upon Rakshasa Gatotchaka, of frightful countenance, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that in the encounter between Karna and Gatotchaka, that Shakti was hurled against Gatotchaka by Karna, the same which was certainly to have slain Arjuna in battle, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Drishtadyumna, transgressing the laws of battle, slew Drona while alone in his chariot and resolved to death, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Nakula, the son of Madri, having in the presence of the whole army engaged in single combat with the son of Drona, and showing himself equal to him, drove his chariot in circles around, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When, upon the death of Drona, his son misused the weapon called Narayana, but failed to achieve the destruction of the Pandavas, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Bishasena drank the blood of his brother Duhasana in the field of battle without anybody being able to prevent him, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the infinitely brave Karna, invincible in battle, was slain by Arjuna in that war of brothers, mysterious even to the gods, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Yudhishthira, the just, overcame the heroic son of Drona Duhasana and the fierce Kritavarman. Then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the brave king of Madra, who ever dared Krishna in battle, was slain by Yudhishthira, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the wicked Suvala, the magic power and root of the gaming in this feud, was slain in battle by Sahadeva, the son of Pandu, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Duryodhana, spent with fatigue, having gone to the lake and made a refuge for himself in its waters, was lying there alone, his strength gone and without a chariot, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that when I heard that the Pandavas, having gone to the lake, accompanied by Vasudeva and standing on his beach, began to address contemptuously my son, who was incapable of putting up to the affronts, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. But I heard that while displaying in circles a variety of curious modes of attack and defense, in an encounter with clubs, he was unfairly slain according to the counsel of Krishna, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the son of Drona and others, by slaying the Panchalas and the sons of Drupadi in their sleep, perpetrated a horrible and infamous deed, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that Ashwataman, while having pursued Bhishmasena, had discharged the first of weapons called Aishkika, in which the embryo of the womb of Uttara was wounded, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that the weapon Brahmashira, discharged by Ashwataman, was repelled by Arjuna with another weapon over which he had pronounced the word Shasti, and that Ashwataman had to give up the jewel-like excrescence on his head, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. When I heard that upon the embryo of the womb of Virata's daughter being wounded by Ashwataman with a mighty weapon, Dvaipayana and Krishna pronounced curses on him, then, O Sanjaya, I had no hope of success. Alas, Gandhari, destitute of children, grandchildren, parents, brothers, and kindred, is to be pitied. Gandhari, destitute of children, grandchildren, parents, brothers, and kindred, is to be pitied. Difficult is the task that had been performed by the Pandavas. By them had a kingdom been covered without a rival. Alas, I had heard that the war had left only 10 alive, 3 on our sides, and the Pandavas 7. And in that dreadful conflict between 18 Ashakurhinis of Shakshyas had been slain. All around me is utter darkness, and a fit of swoon assails me. Consciousness leaves me. O Sutta, and my mind is distracted. Sati said, Dhritarashtra, awaiting the fate of these words, was overcome with extreme anguish, and for a time deprived of sense. But being revived, he addressed Sanjaya in the following words: After what hath come to pass, O Sanjaya, I wish to put an end to my life without delay. I do not find the least advantage in cherishing any longer. Sati said, the wise son of Gavalanga, Sanjaya, then addressed the distressed lord of earth while thus taking and bewailing, sighing like a serpent and repeatedly fainting in words of deep import. Thou hast heard, O Raja, of the greatly powerful men of vast excretions spoken by Vyasa and the wise Narada. Men born of great royal families, resplendent with worthy qualities, versed in the science of celestial arms, and in glory emblems of Indra. Men who, having conquered the world and by justice and performed sacrifices with fit offerings to the Brahmanas, obtained renown in this world, and at last succumbed to the last sway of time. Such were Shvaiva, the valiant Mahabharata, Sinjaya, the great amongst conquerors, Suhotra, Rantideva, and Kakshivanta, great in glory. Valhika, Damana, Saryati, Ajita, and Nala. Visvamitra, the destroyer of foes. Ambarisha, great in strength. Maruta, Manu, Ishaku, Gaya, and Bharata. Rama, son of Drashtrata, Sasavindu, and Bhagirata. Kritavairya, the greatly fortunate, and Janamejana. 2. And Jayati, the good deeds, who perform sacrifices, being assisted therein by the celestials themselves, and whose sacrificial altars and stakes that set earth with her habited and uninhabited regions have been marked all over. These 24 Rajas were formerly spoken of by the celestial Rishi Narada unto Saiva, when much afflicted for the loss of his children. Besides, these other Rajas had gone before, still more powerful than they, mighty charioteers, noble in mind, and resplendent with every worthy quality. These were Puru, Kuru, Yadu, Saura, Vishvasara of great glory, Anuha, Yuvanasva, Kakutsatra, Vikrami, and Raghu. Vijava, Vitihorta, Anga, Bava, Sveta, Bripaduguru, Usinara, Satarata, Kanka, Dudiduda, Druma, Dambodava, Paravena, Sangara, Sankriti, and Nimi, Ajaya, Parasu, Pundra, Sambu, and holy Devavrida. Devahuya, Supratika, and Vridhadratha, Mahatsaha, Baya, Sundra, Sumitra, and the chief Subala, Janujanga, Anaranya, Arka, Priyavitra, Chichivarata, Balabandhu, Nimramda, Ketsurenga, Bridabala, Driksha Teku, Brihateku, Dripshiketu, Niramaya, Abhishit, Shakipala, Durta, Kritbambu, and Dride Suddhi, Mahapurana Sambhaya, Patriyanga, Para, and Sutri. These, O chief, and other Rajas, we hear enumerated by hundreds and by thousands, and still others, by million princes of great power and wisdom, quitting every abundant enjoyments, met death as thy sons have done. Their heavenly deeds, valor, and generosity, their magnanimity, faith, truth, purity, simplicity, and mercy are published to the world in the records of former times by sacred bards of great learning. Though endued with every noble virtue, these have yielded up their lives. Thy sons are malevolent, inflamed with passion, avaricious, and of every evil disposition. Thou art versed in the Shastras, O Bharata, and art intelligent and wise. They never sink under misfortune those whose understanding are guided by the Shastras. Thou art acquainted, O Prince, with the lenity and severity of fate. This anxiety, therefore, for the safety of thy children is unbecoming. Moreover, it behoveth thee not to grieve for that which must happen, for who can avert by his wisdom the decrees of fate? No one can leave the way marked out for him by providence. Existence and non-existence, pleasure and pain, all have time for their root. Time created all things, and time destroyeth all creatures. It is time that burneth creatures, and it is time that extinguished the fire. All states, the good and the evil, and the three worlds are caused by time. Time cutteth short all things, and created them anew. Time alone is awake when all things are asleep. Indeed, Time is incapable of being overcome. Time passeth over all things without being retarded. Knowing as thou doth that all things past and future, and all things that exist in the present moment, are the offspring of time, it behoveth thee not to throw away thy reason. Shauti said, the son of Galvaganga, having in this manner administered comfort to the royal Dhritarashtra, overwhelmed with grief for his sons, then restored his mind to peace. Talking these facts for his subject, Vaipayana composed a holy Upanishad that has been published to the world by learned and sacred bards in the Puranas composed by them. The study of the Bharata is an act of piety. He that rendeth even 1 foot with belief had his sins entirely purged away. Herein, Devas, Devarishis, and immaculate brahmacharis of good deeds have been spoken of, and likewise yakshas and great nagas. Herein hath also been described the eternal Vasudeva, possessing the 6 attributes. He is the true and just, the pure and holy, the eternal Brahma, the supreme soul, the true constant light, whose divine deeds wise and learned recount, from whom hath proceeded the non-existent and the existent non-existent universe, with principles of generations and progressions of birth, death, and rebirth. Had also been treated with which is called Adhyatma, the superintending spirit of nature, that partaketh of the attributes of 5 elements. Thou also hast described who is Purusha, being above all epithets and undisplayed and the like, also that which the foremost yatis extempt from the common destiny and endued with the power of meditation, and tapas behold dwelling of their hearts as a reflected image in the mirror. The man of faith, devoted to piety and constant in the exercise of virtue, on rendering this section is freed from sin. The believer that constantly heareth recited this section of the Bharata, called the introduction, from the beginning falleth not into difficulties. The man repeating any part of this introduction into the 2 twilights is during such an act freed from sins contracted during the day or night. This section, the body of the Bharata, is truth and nectar, as butter is in curd. Brahmana among the bipeds, the Aryanyaka among the Vedas, and the nectar among the medicines, as the sea is eminent among receptacles of water, and the cow among quadrupeds. These are as are these, among other things mentioned, so is the Bharata said to be among histories. He that causeth it is even a single foot thereof, is to receive. He that caused it, even a single foot thereof, to be recited to Brahmanas during a sadra, his offering of food and drink to the mans of his ancestors, become inexhaustible. By the aid of history and the Puranas, the Veda may be expounded. But the Veda is afraid of one little information lest he should. But the Veda is afraid of one of little information lest he should it. The learned man who recites to other this Veda of Vyasa reapeth advantage. It may, without doubt, destroy even the sin of killing the embryo and the like. He that readeth this holy chapter of the moon readeth the whole of the Bharata, I ween. The man who with reverence daily listeneth to this sacred work acquireth long life and renown, and ascendeth to heaven. In former days, having placed the 4 Vedas on one side and the Bharata on the other, these were weighted in the balance by the celestials assembled for that purpose. And as the latter weighted heavier than the 4 Vedas with their mysteries, from that period it had been called in the world Mahabharata. Being esteemed superior both in substance and gravity and import of it, is denominated Mahabharata on account of such substance and gravity of import. He that knoweth its meaning is saved from all its sins. Tapa is innocence, study is harmless. The ordinance of the Vedas, prescribed for all the tribes, are harmless. The acquisition of wealth by excretion is harmless. But when they are abused in their practices, it is then that they become sources of evil. Section 2, and we're going to stop here on page 15, section 2, because
806, September the 2nd, night, Mahabharata live.
over and out.
It is an over and out action for the rest of the tribe.
Yep, you're still on. You're still live though, and no people online, no spectators.
We will
Nobody's
be
watching this, but if you're live
on El Guato TV for several different purposes, starting from today in the lecture of Mahabharata with Robin Kazmachik, the English teacher, and provider of the
mucous membranes
and internet, mucus, el moco.
El boco del coco.
Eres tú. Saliste del pene y eres un moco que corriste cual coco a dejar tu cabeza en mi huevo. Hijo mío, te quiero mucho. Eres el Guato TV, mi primer invitado, y estamos esperando transmitir en vivo con el muchachito que viene del Perú, y por el momento en el canal los dejamos con lo que se tiene ya grabado, porque vamos a darle closure a las 08:08 al en vivo.
Tener la transmisión.
Fin de transmisión es así.